Every year, millions of people across America start businesses. Someone opens a bakery, someone launches a clothing brand, someone opens a restaurant, someone starts a ghost kitchen, someone starts a food truck. But 5 years later, a lot of these businesses have either shut down or the owner is still doing the exact same grind, opening up every morning and closing every night all by themselves, okay? But there are people in America whose businesses you've probably never even heard of. They don't show up on Shark Tank. They don't post motivational reels on Instagram. They don't upload photos next to a Lamborghini. But every single month, thousands of dollars land in their bank account automatically. And here's the most shocking part. These businesses are so boring that if I just told you their names right now, you might actually close this video. But it's exactly because these businesses are boring that competition stays low. And there's a rule in the business world: the businesses people ignore are often the ones that make the most money. And in today's video, we're going to look at 6 businesses in America that might not be glamorous, but if you build the right system around them, they can pay you recurring income for years. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you one principle that lets you judge almost any business in cents or seconds, whether it's a restaurant, a shop, or a brand new idea. Let's get started. Let me introduce you to 2 people. The first is Kevin, the second is Marcus. Both of them had $150,000 to start a business. Kevin thought, if I'm going to start a business, it needs to be something people look at and say, wow. So he opened a premium coffee shop, interior design, imported espresso machines, fancy lighting, an Instagram-worthy wall. Opening day, there was a crowd. Reels got filmed, photos got taken, everyone was impressed. Marcus, on the other hand, started a business where the moment you hear the name, people say that's not even a real business. No ribbon cutting, no social media post, no grand opening ceremony, just a small office, 3 employees, and a handful of contracts. And 3 years later, Kevin was still standing behind the counter of his coffee shop, waiting on customers. Marcus was on vacation, sometimes in Miami, sometimes in Colorado, with his family. Marcus's phone buzzed. A notification. Payment received. He locked his phone and went back to sleep. The real difference wasn't money. It wasn't talent either. The only difference was this: Kevin was hunting for new customers every single day. Marcus's customers were paying him automatically every single month. And in today's video, we're going to look at exactly these kinds of businesses. Business number 6, commercial cleaning company. If I told you that a broom and a mop could build a multi-million-dollar business, you'd probably laugh. But let's try a small experiment. Tomorrow, when you go to your office or a mall, just observe one thing. At 8 a.m., the floors are shining, the restrooms are spotless, the glass is clean, the trash cans are empty. Now ask yourself, who did all of this? And more importantly, who's paying for it? That's exactly where this business begins. New offices are being built across the country every single year. Tech parks, hospitals, hotels, schools, factories, warehouses. And all of them need one thing daily: cleaning. This isn't a luxury. It's a requirement, and businesses built on requirements survive even during economic slowdowns. That's exactly why the professional commercial cleaning market keeps growing in the US, alongside rising hygiene standards and expanding commercial infrastructure. But the real strength of this business isn't the cleaning itself. It's the contract. Imagine a hospital signs a 2-year contract with you. Now, you don't need to hunt for a new customer every day. Your income is already booked and fixed. And here's the biggest mistake people make with this business. They think they have to do the cleaning themselves, but that's not true. The business owner's job isn't cleaning. It's bringing in clients, building systems, and maintaining quality. The team does the cleaning. Remember, the customer isn't paying for cleaning. The customer is paying to make their stress disappear. When they know their office will be spotless every single morning, they stop looking at price. They start looking at reliability. And in business, reliability is the most expensive product there is. Business number 5, pest control company. It's 11 p.m. and a restaurant owner's phone rings. A cockroach was just spotted in the kitchen, and the health inspector is coming tomorrow. If this isn't fixed, one cockroach could cost them thousands of dollars in losses. Now think about how many options that owner has left. Almost zero. That's exactly why customers don't negotiate in the pest control business. They buy more of the solution, and the more urgent the situation, the more value they're willing to pay for. Across the US, restaurants, hotels, food factories, warehouses, hospitals, and apartment complexes all need regular pest control. And it's never a one-time job. Service repeats every few months, and that repeat service becomes recurring revenue. Alongside the home maintenance industry, demand for pest control keeps rising as urban housing, restaurants, and commercial spaces keep expanding. But there's another thing I love about this business. Referrals? If you genuinely solve a hotel's problem, they won't just renew the contract, they'll recommend you to other hotels in their network. And the cheapest customer in any business is the one who comes through another customer. That's why experienced entrepreneurs improve their service before they even think about advertising, because one happy client can bring you 10 new ones. And maybe that's exactly why this business looks boring on social media. But it's not boring in the bank account. Business number 4, vending machine business. A quick question. If I told you that you could sell products without ever opening a store, you'd probably think it's too good to be true. But today, at airports, subway stations, hospitals, corporate offices, there's a salesman working 24/7 every single day. And that salesman's name is the vending machine. Okay, here's the most interesting part. This machine never asks for a raise, never takes a Sunday off, never takes a coffee break, and never complains. It only asks for one thing, the right location. There's a famous line in business, product can be copied. Location cannot. And the vending machine business runs exactly on this principle. Imagine a tech company with 1,500 employees. All of them want tea, a coffee, a soda, or a snack once or twice a day. Even if each employee spends just $5, imagine the monthly turnover that adds up to. And the best part, the machine stays in one place. The customers come to it. That's why smart entrepreneurs don't buy machines. They buy locations. Today, vending machines in the US aren't limited to chips and soda anymore. Fresh coffee, protein shakes, ice cream, personal care items, medicine, books, phone accessories, fresh juice, and in some cities, even luxury vending machines selling electronics and collectibles, meaning the opportunity keeps growing and competition is still low. Yeah? But here's a warning. A lot of people plan to buy a machine but never research the location, and that's their biggest mistake. An average machine in an amazing location will still make money. But an amazing machine in the wrong location can lose you money. This business isn't about the machine. It's about the location. Business number 3, commercial laundry business. I guarantee you've never seen a laundry business owner become a social media influencer. No podcast, no motivational speech, no luxury office tour, but every single morning, their machines start running. Simple question, 5-star hotels, hospitals, hostels, dorms, gyms, spas, restaurants. What's common between all of these? Thousands of clothes, bed sheets, towels, and uniforms getting washed every single day. And not just washed on time. Because if a hotel's bed sheets aren't ready, the room doesn't get sold. If a hospital's bed sheets aren't clean, even surgeries can get delayed. Meaning laundry isn't a luxury, it's infrastructure. And in business, anything that becomes infrastructure rarely sees its demand disappear. Okay, a lot of hotels and hospitals prefer outsourcing their laundry instead of running it themselves. Why? Because machines are expensive, maintenance is expensive, and electricity, water, staff, and repairs are all extra headaches for them. And business owners don't want to buy headaches, they want to remove them. That's exactly where a smart entrepreneur steps in. And here's an interesting thing to notice. In this business too, income doesn't come from washing clothes, income comes from the contract. If you have annual contracts with 20 hotels, you don't wake up every morning wondering if you'll find a customer today. The customer already exists. And that's exactly what makes this business stable. Now we're entering the top 2 businesses, and from here the game changes completely. Business number 2, equipment and tool rental business. A contractor needs a concrete cutter for just 10 days. Now they have 2 options: buy a $15,000 machine or pay $400 to rent it. If you were the contractor, what would you choose? Obviously the rental option, and this entire rental business is built on that one decision. Okay, the golden rule of this business, people pay more for access than they do for ownership. Netflix, Uber, Spotify, company working spaces, they all run on this exact principle. And so does equipment rental. The construction industry keeps growing across the country. New apartments, new roads, new warehouses, new factories in every city, and every project uses expensive tools. And contractors understand one thing very well. Buying a machine doesn't complete the project. Completing the project is what gets them paid. So instead of buying machines, they rent them. And that becomes the opportunity. And after a certain point, the machine covers its own cost. And every booking after that is almost pure profit. That's exactly why rental businesses are considered one of the most underrated cash flow businesses in the world, because the asset is bought once and the income keeps coming in again and again. Business number 1, micro SaaS or software as a service. I guarantee your phone right now has at least 15 apps you're indirectly paying for every single month. Netflix, Spotify, Google, ChatGPT, Microsoft. You know what these companies love most? Your monthly payment. Get the customer once and the income keeps coming every single month. This exact model used on a smaller scale has built companies worth millions. And it's called micro SaaS. The name sounds technical, but the concept is simple. One piece of software, one problem, one monthly subscription. Think about it. A gym owner needs to manage members, track attendance, send renewal reminders. A clinic needs to manage appointments. A school needs to collect fees. A distributor needs to track inventory. Every business has some boring problems sitting in the background. And here's the interesting part. Business owners don't want innovation. They want relief. If you can take their daily 1-hour task and shrink it down to 10 minutes, they'll happily pay you every single month for that. And that's exactly why the biggest software companies in the world follow one principle: save time, earn recurring revenue. And the biggest advantage of micro SaaS, once the software is built, it can serve one customer or 100 or 10,000. No new factory needed for each customer, no new warehouse, no new inventory to buy. That's exactly why software businesses have some of the highest profit margins in the world. If you've watched this whole video carefully, you might have noticed a pattern. Cleaning company, pest control, vending machines, commercial laundry, equipment rental, software, all different businesses. Some had employees, some had machines, some had technology, some had service. But one thing was exactly the same in every single one. Let me ask you a simple question. Say you sold the product today. The customer paid you $500 and left. What do you need to do tomorrow to bring in income again? Find a new customer, then marketing, then sales, then negotiation, then delivery, and next month the exact same process again, and the month after that, again, meaning if you stop, your income can stop too. Now imagine a different scene. A customer comes in, signs a contract, and payment keeps coming in automatically every single month. You don't have to keep convincing them. You don't have to keep chasing them. You don't have to sell to them again. You just have to keep delivering good service. That one difference has a name: recurring revenue. And believe me, this is the hidden secret behind the world's most successful businesses. Netflix, monthly. Spotify, monthly. Microsoft, monthly. Gym memberships, monthly. Internet, monthly. Office cleaning, monthly. Pest control contracts every few months. Every successful business creates recurring revenue in some form, and that's exactly why smart business owners ask one question before choosing any business: how many times will this customer pay me? Once or again and again? Right now, millions of people across America are starting businesses, but most of them are asking the wrong question. They ask, how much profit is there? But a self-made millionaire asks a different question: how many times will this profit repeat? That one small difference changes the entire game.